Test. Hello everyone on YouTube. Hello. If there's anyone watching on Twitch, I'm having a slight issue with the Twitch feed at the moment. That's what I'm trying to sort out. It's not the internet. Well, it's not very helpful, is it? See if the app's working. Oh, yeah, looks like the app's working. Because the only issue is I haven't got very good internet Wi-Fi down here. Looks like it's up anyway, from what I can see. Apologies to the Twitch viewers at the moment. I can only see you on the phone rather than the the I can't actually pull you up on the website. Oh, we can go to that. We get him through. No, there's some issue with the Twitch website at the moment, as far as I can see. I can't actually see it on there, but I can see the app. Let's have a look. I'll give it one more try, and then we'll just plough on and have a look in a bit. Yeah, it looks to me like that's the to me it looks like the Twitch side is the Twitch on the computer is on the laptop is not working. Just going to try something. No, I'm not going to mess around with this stream software. Hello everyone. So this is going well, isn't it? Right, okay, so we want... No, come on. Close that down. Almost closed you down then. Okay, so that's that one, and then we've got that one which we can, that's YouTube, which we can overlay. Hello. We'll run it off that at the moment. Hello everyone. Twitch, you're on the phone at the moment. YouTube, you're on the laptop. Normally I'd have Twitch and YouTube sitting alongside each other, and I've also got the combined chat which I can see as well, so apologies if I've missed anything. I'm assuming you can hear me on YouTube and Twitch. If someone could just let me know that they can hear me. And more to the point, if you're on Twitch and watching, no, it's working on the app but not on the website. Very odd. So if you just let me know the sound's working. Do you have sound? Looks like it. But not that loud. But not that loud. Okay. I'll just turn the... Oh yeah, it's turned down a bit. We turn that up. I'm going to turn the sound up a bit. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better now. Oh yeah, test, 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 test. Excellent. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's a bit chaotic this because I haven't got a clue why I can't run the Twitch on the laptop at the moment. It's obviously some issue, but I can see you on the phone. I'll say a few hellos to people. We'll start with Twitch because you're in my hand here. Rabbit Fox, Land-Based Angler, Tex Pink, and Healy. Hello to you. Apologies if I missed anything. Over on YouTube, hello Victoria, Beauty Love Creative, Mary, Colleen. Yeah, I'll just put you down there. I'll come and actually talk to you. Right. What today is a bonus, really. Anyone who was here on Sunday would know I tweaked me back again. It's a lot better now. It's not 100%. So I'm going to carry on until I can feel it starting to tighten up, and then I'll call it a day. All I'm really doing today is having a general tidy up organising, because what I have to do this weekend, whether I like it or not, is make these summer troughs and baskets, and I've got everything to do that now. So I just need to have a general tidy up, clear some space, because I want to do most of that outside here, because there'll be a lot of soil floating around. It's just easy to sweep it up out here. So literally I just want to tidy this up here, tidy the bench up there, bring the plants that I've got down there down to here, water the greenhouse. If we've got time, I've got a couple of troughs that need potting up, which we could possibly do today. So it's an admin day. So I say apologies if I miss anything. I'll pop back in and out to look at the chat, and we'll just see how it goes, really. That's it. In terms of what we're doing Sunday, there'll be the normal stream on Sunday, and we'll be doing the hanging baskets and the troughs on Sunday. We won't get them all done, but we'll make a start on them. I just want to set that up ready for Sunday. I've got my coat on. I don't need it because it's quite warm today, but I've got it on just so, because I think I'm going to get covered in rubbish as I go along. So I'm just putting off the inevitable, aren't I? What I will do first of all, before I forget to do anything, I just want to water a couple of things in the greenhouse. Look. Which is a bit crazy considering I only watered the greenhouse this morning. I'll show you around the greenhouse in a bit. Some of this stuff will probably come outside anyway. There's no need for it to be in here anymore. Yeah, they need a drink. Oh, that wasn't very bright, was it? To drip water all over the electric, but never mind. We haven't blown up, so that's a bonus. Right, that'll do for that. I shall put my gloves on, see if anything else has cropped up in the chat. Oh, is it now showing 1.35k on YouTube for subs? Yeah, I know we're getting close to it. Yes, yeah, I have managed to put water on that. Hello, Leo. Good to see you. Good to see you keeping up your watch streak. You'd be glad to know we're having one or two issues with the thing. Hi, Kier, or Kai. I'm not quite sure. KIR, how to say that, or whether you get called something else. Yep, that's what today is. We're getting organised for. There's some more there that need watering. Actually, I'll do that while I'm talking. There's we've got about in total about a dozen troughs and baskets to do, which under normal circumstances I'd probably done a week ago. But stuff's strewn all over the place and it's a bit of a mess down here. So we're having a general admin tidy up. Kier or Kaya go. You always the likelihood of remembering. I have to say, but so it's a general sort of admin tidy up, bring all the plants into one place ready, because there's lots of stuff in here that's ready to. Well, it's desperate. It's absolutely desperate to go out into the baskets and the troughs. So, hello, Lone. Good to see we've got some mods in. If I miss anything, apologies in the chat. If there's anything vital, I'm sure the mods will point it out to me. So let's create a bit of space. I will pop in and out, read the comments, chat amongst yourselves. And I'll show you what, as I bring stuff down, I'll show you what we're doing. But to bring stuff down, I need to create a bit of space, a bit of magic. Ta-da! That's what a lot of people on YouTube do. They go, it disappears. No, it doesn't work. Let's just check what's actually in shot, so I know where to actually show you if it's in shot. Okay, so that's roughly that. Right. Okay. Yep. That's the pot we did on the last greenhouse stream, a week on Sunday. Got some nice little osteospermums coming out there, and and just down here we've got the bags of. Don't know how heavy they are. Oh, not too bad. The bags of onion and garlic we did, and the red onions already sprouting in there. So the first thing I want to do is let's create a bit of space so I don't actually fall over anything, which is always a good start, isn't it? Or just put it off screen in a big pile and then you won't notice. This is where I'm going to get covered in water. I don't like the look of that one. That's going to be highly entertaining. Just trying to see what. I see. The mods are already clipping. I was trying to remember what anyone in the UK would know this, but I'm trying to think what the kids program Sooty used to do to magic stuff. What was his words? Can't remember now. Someone will tell me. Everything is a bit damp out here because we had some heavy rain earlier in the week, but it's just hung around really. So what I want to do is drag stuff across there, because the table here I want to bring closer so we can literally work in this area on Sunday. It's not too bad. The back is a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. Right, Leo, get ready to clip this. This is going to go horribly wrong, I think. Plant tray full of water. Not known for their stability at the best of times. Oh. 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 Bad luck. We'll leave that out here to dry. That's a tray that had lavender in it. I can go over there. That's a bag of compost. I'd love to do a little song and dance here, but I know it's going to get I know it get clipped, so I won't bother. Hello, Chris. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Well done, Lone. Lone's come up with that. Yeah, that's what Sooty said. Well, it wasn't really Sooty because he was a glove puppet, but that's where you would, when he wanted to magic something. So, Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Right, okay. Everyone in chat can go Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy, and see if this all magically disappears. And we'll see how many of you fall for this. So after 3, Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. 1, 2, 3. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. I can't believe I'm doing that, but never mind. Oh yeah, we've got a few people going Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Has it worked? Has it worked? No, afraid not. While I'm here, I'm just going to see if Twitch is working again yet, because it will make life so much easier reading the chat. I can hardly see it otherwise. Let's see if they've mended it. Whether the computer wants to work. Oh, it's working now. Hey, I'll be able to actually read the Twitch chat properly without trying to look at my phone, which I can't actually read. No, it's not working properly. The home page is working, but that's not. Okay, let's try that. Nope. No, it's obviously on its way back, but it's not working properly yet. So that one goes there, and then that one goes there. Okay, I'll go back to what I had before. It was a good effort anyway. Oh, Leo's saying over on Twitch, we obviously didn't say it loud enough. And Lone saying, I prefer. I assume that's you. You and Bill and Ben, the flower pot men of age. Yeah. No, it didn't work. But feel free. There you are. It's a little gardening tip, right? Or in fact, actually, generally, if you're doing any sort of household work and you want to tidy up, try Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy, and see if it just magically disappears. What should we do now? I'm going to clear off all these pots. Benzines. There's a lot of stuff to go in the garden waste. Those are the troughs I need for the baskets on Sunday, for some of the baskets on Sunday. So we'll put those over here with the compost, which we'll need. Right, rather than try to bend down, we'll do this sensibly. There's a lot of pots here. I tend to keep the pots and reuse them for other plants or when you're sowing stuff. It's actually decent compost in some of these pots. There's quite a lot of woodlice down here as well. In fact, there's a lot of woodlice. Okay. Oh, gotta get back up now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of these tubs, which we could probably plant up today actually. That slug doesn't need to, snail doesn't need to be in there. But what we can use that for is we can use this with the waste compost that we find. Stuff that's been used before, but it's perfectly okay to go at the bottom of the tub. Because there's still quite a few tubs that need emptying as well. So, hide these off screen. I'll just do these last few and see if anything's happened in the chat. Of course, this is what most gardening's about. Just walking backwards and forwards, moving stuff around, and not that much of the actual exciting planting stuff. I've got admission to make that the problem with tweaking your back and being stuck in one place is you do end up buying quite a lot of stuff on the internet. So I'll put that in here. Oh, I see someone's the clangers. Yes, the clangers are one of my favourites. Just see what. Thanks for the follow. Just going back up through the comments. Yeah. So those are the ones we emptied, if you remember, weeks ago. Need those for the weekend, for Sunday. There's a lot of crud there. Oh, there's a bag down there. I'm not going to try to get that. Just going to put you down for a sec. You can listen to the wood pigeon. I'm just going to get a room. Very noisy wood pigeons. Oh yeah. We've got some for the mods. We've got some new commands. We've got merch is one of them, and bird is another one. For anyone who's been watching the blackbird nest, she's okay. Checked on her this morning. Still okay. Still coming and going. She's incubating just the 5 eggs, so I'd expect some, if everything goes to plan, about this time next week, we might have some baby birds. Go over there as well. What I don't really understand in this world is that we keep being told we can't have peat in the compost anymore, yet the compost they're send us now can still come in plastic bags. Doesn't make a lot of sense, really. Though if you get your compost dry enough before sending it out, you could send it in like potato sacks. So I'm just going to there's some weeds here, but they're not really weeds, they're just plants in the wrong position. Let's have a look. Right. Yeah, what I will do for the blackbird nest, assuming we do get baby chicks next week, I'm guessing it might be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's where I would guess. If we get baby chicks, I'll put a live stream on and leave it on for several hours so people can just come in and have a look. I wouldn't expect anyone to sit there for hours watching them, but it just gives everyone an opportunity to have a look, because I know some of the streams I've done for the birds have been very early in the morning in the UK, which isn't very good for anyone across the pond. So it's another tray, which we don't need. Right, we're nearly there. Bee there. Got a buddleia here, which is the butterfly bush. We need to take the seed heads off from last year. I grow it in a pot because butterfly bushes, they'll just take over the place if you leave them in the ground. If anyone in the UK would know, if you go on a train, you'll see butterfly bushes all the way down the railway lines. They're a nightmare there. So this is the trough, the tub we did the other day. We've got the other matching two, which we could do today, I suppose. But so I don't quite know where this is going to go. I'm just going to shove it here for the time being, out of the way. Oh, no one told me about that, did they? Well, you might have, but I didn't see it. Okay. No harm done. that. That one as well. Okay. So yeah, anyone who's new, I'm Bear. It's my nickname from where I'm from, and this is the garden. Well, this is the bottom of the garden, the greenhouse. We've got a veg patch over there, small veg patch, some fruit trees over there, and then most of the garden's behind you. You don't see all the garden on the streams or on YouTube, just for privacy really. So what I want to do, let's shut that out of there. This is one of the tubs from last summer. If you remember, we did take some of these apart and save them for reuse this year. I'm going to reuse the compost in the bottom of these tubs, but I'll take out the more stalky bits and pieces. Something like that might survive. We'll give it a chance. So, probably not. It doesn't so much matter because we've got so many plants. That's the problem with sitting on your computer. I'm not even going to admit to how many, but you'll have a good idea when I start to bring stuff down. So, and the reason I'm reusing this compost is that, yes, there is a theory that it could have diseases in this that you don't want to put into your tubs. But what I'm putting into these tubs are generally pretty tough perennial plants, so they're not so fussed. That survives. Plus, I'm going to put a new layer of compost on the top, so this is really a fill-up. So I'll pull that back a bit, because then you might actually be able to see what I'm doing. So, yeah. So that's an empty hanging basket. These I've had for years, and they're quite clever. They've got little hatches. Which way does it go? Yeah, it goes that way inside. So when you plant them up, you can put your plant through there, and it sits in that hole there. Then you put the little gate back over the top, and the theory is it doesn't damage your plant. Quite clever. There's another one done. This goes over there. What I'll also probably do now, over here, there's usually a wall basket, which is actually they're under here. They're already empty. They're exactly the same with the little hatches. There's obviously it's a half thing. It's got a slot at the back, and then they go. It's just a metal runner on the fence. So just clip on like that. Very simple. But it's got a bit of space under here. So I think I'm going to put my onions and garlic under there. I want to give them a little bit of drainage under the bag so the bottom of the bag doesn't rot out. unlike most people, never throw anything away. Thanks for dropping in, Land-Based Angler. Yeah, strawberries will be good in those baskets. In fact, the strawberries not the strawberries that we planted the other week are down there. They're on a little low fence, and they've about doubled in size in 2 weeks. So this is just an old greenhouse racking system. But keep that. The advantage I've got for that, it's just a bit of mesh. It means that when I put the garlic and the onions on there, the bottom of the bag will be off the floor. So it means there's a bit of air and the drainage can go through the bags, and it will stop it rotting out too much. So I think we'll probably get away with one on there. Yeah. So anyone who didn't see this the other week, just compost in there with some onion sets and some garlic in the centre. So we'll shove that there. That's one. That's the second one. Yeah, the back's definitely a lot better today even than yesterday. Yeah. I'll do that. Yep. So they literally will sit there and just grow away. I'll bring down some more of the tubs and troughs I've got to empty in there, and then we can plant that one up actually. If anyone wonders why I keep wandering in here, that's where the chat is in there. I've kept you in there because there's a few black clouds. I don't want you getting wet. What we've got, I'll show you a few things. In fact, I'm just going to move you back slightly. Hold on tight. Okay. Let's just see what you can see now. It'll take a couple of seconds for it to come through. Let's just see what do. Yeah, it's better. You can actually see the table now. Yeah, good. Yeah, so what we've got on the table here is a lot of perennial stuff. We've got some of this is underwater as well, so this is another clipping opportunity. That's some what's that, Aquilegia? So they can just sit on the floor for the time being, because I want to try to clear this. This was a trough that, if you remember, we got some roses, and I just wanted to put them in something for the time being. This one has growing away quite nicely. The other one looks pretty doesn't look very good to me, but we can use that one in this trough as well. In fact, I might put both in, and then that gives me another trough which I need for the weekend. I was given some of these. These are wallflowers. Wallflowers being generally biennial, So you'd expect these to flower next year. I've had wallflowers I've planted and then they've just lived for years and years and years. That's one of the trays that, if anyone who's been here a fair time, if you remember we were trying to guess which plants were dead or alive. That's some of the ones we've rescued from last year's baskets. So there's quite a few in there we can use. Some more wallflowers. Down on the floor here, so I'm not going to pick up, I'm just going to use a technical device to move, i.e. my foot. These are just extra of those plants that we rescued from last year. To be honest with you, we've got plants everywhere. Yeah. And then what we've got on the table here now is the stuff we didn't use for that new central bed that we made. So we've got some leftover perennial plants. So quite pretty stuff in here actually flowering already. So, oh, okay, so it's one less slug. That's Delosperma Sunset Orange. So yeah, Sunset Orange Glow. Delosperma. Delosperma. So that's got some lovely little bright red flowers on it. It's another of these alpine plants, drought resistant sort of succulent type thing. So, which is good we've got some of these, because there's a couple of plants that we put in that new bed that haven't survived. So we've got some to go in. And we've got grasses and some delphiniums. There's some of this we can use in this new trough now. Foxgloves. There's quite a lot there. That's the Delosperma Sunset Orange Glow. Yeah, so I think that's the same. Is that the same one? Yep, so that's the same variety, but obviously this has got more developed flower on it. So we've got a lot of plants there. I'll put these to one side for the time being. We'll use these. Bend down. Oh. And we have an empty table. Yeah, it's good. Which means I've got space to bring stuff from down there up here. I'll read the chat. I'll have a hydration liquid. So GF40. Right, so I'm just going to sit down for a moment and read the chat properly just to make sure I haven't missed anything. That's okay. Right. You carry on. That's what happens when you don't do anything really for 2 weeks. What time is it anyway? Okay. Well, that's taken, what, 50 minutes to do that. Okay, if I'd been here on my own, it would have probably been a bit quicker. But I'm glad about that. That's done. Right. Should we do some actual plants? I mean, technically it is a gardening channel, sort of. So I suppose we'll be able to actually do some plants. I'm going to leave the stuff in the greenhouse that's in the greenhouse. No point showing you that at the moment because you'll probably see most of that on Sunday. What I'm going to do now, if anyone's seen me, oh there, sorry, I found the gloves. Right. Oh yeah, that's a point. Could do with putting something else in that so we can plant that up. No, we'll bring the plants down because that's more interesting for you. Because I'll go out of range with the mic, I'll leave the mic here. And this is the moment of shame for the streamer, as you get to see how carried away that I might have got buying plants. So. Not that you can hear me talking because I've walked off. First load. I think what I'll do is I'll just bring it all up here and then we can go through it. See, that's easier. So. Still going. Right. Put you back on. Check is everything's still working. Yeah, that's still working. Hello, Relaxed Garden. Hello, Nolymph. Is that all? You expected more. This is where, should I be honest, there is a bit more. But it's generally a repeat of this. Some of this is garden centre stuff, some of this is mail order stuff. So we'll go through it anyway. Yeah. And you have to consider this is also on top of what we had in the greenhouse anyway. A couple of omissions to make. This year, the cucumbers have been a disaster. Growing the cucumbers. So I've had to bite the bullet and buy some little seedlings, because otherwise they'd be way behind. So hopefully you can see that. Some little cucumber seedlings. While I was there, I got a couple of gherkins, very small still. And then something I haven't tried before are these are aubergine, or I think across the water eggplant. Not tried those before, and they're all going to go in the greenhouse. So they might as well go in now. And try to find somewhere it's not going to drip all over the tech. Bearing the allotment, no thanks. I did have an allotment years and years and years ago. Hi, Mum. Yeah, when I was how old was I? About 18, 19, 20, something like that. Yeah, had allotment for a couple of years. I wouldn't go back to that. Lots of my neighbours have got allotments. There's lots of allotments around here. But no, it sounds like a lot of hard work to me. I gave mine up because I moved away for start my working career. So what have we got? Always look in your bargain section of your garden centre. I always like a bargain. Some really battered impatiens, busy lizzies. Got these the other day. Pretty battered. They've obviously been dropped or something. But get some real bargains you can. And I'm willing to give it a try. If I get even just 1 or 2 plants out of that, it's worthwhile doing. So I've got 3 trays of the really battered ones. We've grown in the greenhouse, we've got lots and lots of petunias, which generally are bushy plants. These are, which I haven't grown this year, I don't know why. Well, perhaps I have grown them, but I can't remember. These are Sophinia, which is it's slightly different, but it's basically a trading version of a petunia. So they can go in the sides of the baskets. We have this, which we found at the garden centre. I've got several of these. I know they're drought tolerant. They love the sun, but I can't remember what the name is. The only thing I can remember is that they've got a proper name, but then their common name is likely to get the channel banned. So perhaps it's better not for me to tell you what they are, because then someone will look up the proper name. They've got some very pretty sort of red and orange flowers. Perhaps when they appear on the YouTube channel, I have to actually name them then, and you'll find out what their slightly dodgy name is. I've got some, again, this is something I would normally grow, but I don't think I have this year from seed. I don't know why, but these are verbena. They've got very small little flowers. Lots of different types of verbena. You get verbena, which can grow that sort of height. But these are little sort of, this will probably only grow 6-8 inches, that variety. Mixed colours, I'm not that fussed. What's this one? This is Dianthia. This is something I've never grown before, so I'll give it a try. I always like to try something new each year. Some nice looking plants there, hanging basket, trough plants. Good root system on that. I've got some cheap battered lobelia, even though we've already grown some, but you get through a lot of lobelia. Something that came in the post. This is fairly typical if you order something through the post, certainly in the UK. I wouldn't know about elsewhere. It will come in trays similar to this, but they all have the slightly different thing, and then you open it up. And then you've got the various little plants, plug plants in here. These will be ready to go straight into the baskets and the troughs. That's a Nemesia, that one. What else have we got in here? We've got oh, there's some Safina in here as well. There's some Bidens. So that's all hanging basket stuff. So there's a couple of trays of that. And then something I did order in the post and came today. Came in, so this, I haven't even opened this. Well, I've taken it out of the box, but so I don't come. Oh yes, I do remember what this is now. It's quite clever, some of this packaging. These are osteospermums, so similar to the thing, the little purple flower there. So they'll go out as well. Sure. Before I forget, I'll get rid of this cardboard. I'll just leave you here for a sec. We'll do some planting. It's the wood pigeon. So I walked off there talking, and then I realised you weren't with me. Yeah, each company has its own way of packaging. But if you generally, if you order plug plants, they'll come in little trays like that, and all the major companies in the UK do. If you're going to buy, my experience, if you're going to buy plants on the internet in the UK, there are lots of reputable firms out there, or you can just go through somewhere like Amazon and use them and have a bit more protection. But if you buy full-size plants, if you're going to buy something like that, there's certain companies I use that I know will get delivered in one piece. Some companies I just don't use anymore. But I like to buy the small plug plants because quite often those trays just go through the letterbox as well, which is another advantage. What I will do, any of the plants I've got here, when I'm finished, I'll put some links in the description below, both YouTube and Twitch, which will give you a link across to, so you can actually see some details about it. I can't promise they're all from the place I actually bought. Well, in fact, I think probably most of them will be anyway. But at least you'll be able to see what's what. So if there's something you'd like the look of, you can go back and just look in the description, and you'll be able to see what it is. I'll probably start doing that as well on the website. Probably put a page up that's got the various links so you can compare what we've done, what we've been planting or growing, and then there's a direct comparison. So if there's something you like the look of and you want to have a go at, it's easy to find rather than trying to listen to what I'm saying and hopefully you got the spelling right or whatever. So I assume you actually want to do some gardening. Yep, right. Up. That one. Yeah. Right, so let's do some gardening. What time is it? Yeah, okay, keep an eye on that. If you do, I'm just going to have a hydrate. If you do have any questions, and I miss them in the chat, I do go back and read the comments. I don't know what the best place to try to answer that after the stream is really. On YouTube, you can always put the comments, rather than in the live chat, you can always put them in the normal comment boxes, and then you'll obviously see what the reply is. That's the easiest way on YouTube. I know it's not that easy on Twitch. So again, what I might start to do, because we're developing the website more and more, it's really been set up a year ago, nothing really happened on it for a year. I might set up another page on that where you've got a lot of viewers' questions. So if something's been missed or something's important, we can just put in the question and the answer. So I might do that as well. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm giving myself more work. Because believe it or not, the cats aren't interested in helping with the website. Right, let's do something practical. So as for that one, these are going to be, I've got 2 of these to do. These are going to be permanently out in the garden. So these will have, come out. These can have perennial plants in them. We probably put some of the summer plants. We won't use all these that we've got, will be used for the hanging baskets and so on, but we use some of the recycled plants from last year to give it a bit of colour, fill it out this year. So this one, I think we're going to put the roses in that we had before. So we need about another foot of soil in there. So we use the roses as the centre, as the centrepiece, and then we'll fill in around it. Mustn't forget, remind me, summer bulbs. We'll put some summer bulbs in as well. Fill it out for this year. So that's some soil. Ooh. So I'm not that precious as what's going in the bottom of this. I have seen people put, if you don't want a really heavy trough, I want them relatively heavy, because this is quite tall, plus by the time the roses grow up, they're probably going to be that sort of height. So to give them a bit of weight, I want a bit of weight in there. But if you're on a balcony or something and you want a big tall pot like that, put something like broken up polystyrene in the bottom. No weight to it, allows drainage through it. It's a good way of doing it. It reduces the weight on your balcony. Just trying to think, we'll put probably a bit more stuff in that. So this is another basket from last year. It's got to be empty because we obviously need the basket to be replanted. Some of these plants are showing some sort of interest in life, but take what we can out. And something like that, that's a geranium from last year. It's got some little growth at the bottom, and yeah, we could try to save it, but my experience, you're better using, certain plants are better just using a fresh, even though they're trying to put up a fight. So that's all the sticky stuff out of that, or stick-like objects out of that, and then I'm just going to put that in there. Have a basket for the, and is that rain? Yeah, it's spotting with rain. I know it's forecast to rain in about half an hour's time, so that's in there. Compost. We'll do one more of those. This one's got a couple of quite nice plants in it. This has got a lavender, which you can probably save. Yep. Yep. I'll probably put that back in this trough there. I'll say that again. I'll probably put that back in that trough. And then there's a geranium, fuchsia as well. That can probably go in as well. And a lot of these, I'm just going to. They all have. If you read the instructions, they'll say plant 6 inches apart or blah de blah blah de blah blah de blah. And I take the approach that I want something pretty for this year. So I'd rather overpack it with plants, and then the strongest will survive anyway. And some things may not even get going, and so I'm going to pack it out. That's probably enough of that in there. And then we're going to put some new compost. This is the rubbish of the compost that I use. The really good compost I'll use the baskets. So this will be fine for the tubs. I'll put that in there. Stop for a sec. Yeah, plants will grow anywhere basically. I'm going to put some of this moisture control in. I think we've used this on the pots we did the other week. This is the stuff that looks like when it swells up with water, looks like wallpaper paste. It just retains a bit of water and then releases it slowly. And okay. Yeah. Got the summer bulbs as well, but we need a little bit more compost in there probably. Then Then what we did with these this was a bag of mixed summer flowering bulbs, and similar to the spring flowering bulbs. What I'll do is just chuck them in the bag and mix them up, and then you get a random selection. Otherwise you end up with, unless you want sort of drifts of flowers, but they're just bulbs of different sizes. Some of them are sprouting already. And yes, they do have different depths to plant them. But, my experience is I'll just chuck them in and see what happens. If you want to be really fussy about it, you can do. Yeah, it is starting to spit with rain. You're underneath the cherry tree there, so you should be fairly well protected at the moment. So I'm just going to put a couple of handfuls of bulbs, not doing it in any sort of pattern. And these summer bulbs will probably flower this year, and most of them, that'll be it. So I'm really using it as a filler plant. Have a drink. Yeah, okay. I'm assuming you talk about me have a drink rather than the plants have a drink. So to be honest, if it wasn't playing with all this rubbish soil, I wouldn't have my coat on. But right, we want to add a bit more compost onto that. Did I say we had a bag of? Do we not have a bag of? I thought we had another bag out here. Just go around the back of here. And that's an empty bag. That's empty. That's empty. Now got a soggy foot. Oh, okay. Where do I put that in there? I know someone's waiting to clip. Where did the bag go? But I'm not falling for that. Hello, Clover Art. Yeah, apologies if I'm missing anything, but I'm coming and going from where you are in the greenhouse to outside. Anyone who's joining us, we've had a general tidy up out here. This Sunday, which is our normal day for streaming, we're starting the hanging baskets and troughs. So there's about a dozen to do, something like that, 10, 12. So I just needed to clear some space to do that, really. But we've got a couple of troughs, a couple of tubs that we didn't finish on the last greenhouse stream, so we might as well do those while we're here. And welcome. I'm otherwise known as Bear. You probably, a lot of you would know who I am anyway from various other streams. But this is the garden. We're in Northern England, in Yorkshire, and everything on the channel is related to what goes on in the garden, around the garden, or what you can see from the garden. And we're predominantly a YouTube channel. We post on there every day, shorts or long form content. But we live stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if either YouTube or Twitch viewers are wondering who I'm talking to, there's also the other group of people on the other side, the other set of chat. Plus we're on all the, the thing I like to say is on all the other good, bad and indifferent platforms as well. And You can find all that really from the links below, or you can go to our website, which is bearinthegarden.com, which you'll find a special dedicated blackbird page for our blackbirds that are nesting in the hedge down in that direction, which we've been live streaming, but there's an update on there every day on how they're doing. And I'm getting distracted again. Compost. Problem is, you assume that everyone who's watching has been here before and knows all about you. So I'll just stick that there. Yeah, if you've got any questions, I'll try to catch up with them. Apologies for missing your feed. I've got some really excellent mods who will try to fill in some gaps if there's any doubt. Hello, Rocky's dead as well. Hello, Victoria. Don't know if I said hello to you earlier. Hello to anyone that's lurking. Lurkers are welcome to join us in the garden. As I say, we do gardening streams, we do weather streams, we do fireworks streams, we do bird watching stream. But it's mainly gardening. And for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not a professional gardener. I'd be classed as a sort of hobby amateur gardener. So whatever I say, don't always assume it's correct. But so I'm just going to. So we've got the water. What I was going to say, the water storing crystals are in there, then some summer bulbs in there. I'm going to put some compost on top. I'm not actually going to put any controlled release fertiliser in this at the moment. The reason for that is that if you put the fertiliser in the top, any plants that you put in, their roots will generally stay fairly close to the top where all the food is. And because this is going to be perennial plants, I want their roots to go fairly well down and get a good root system. So I want them to go down into the soil to find food. So this will probably get a liquid fertiliser at various points in the summer if it looks like it needs it. It might not even need any this year. And this is just store-bought compost. I won't go into it too much because I'm sure we'll talk about it on Sunday. But this is supposedly a premium compost, but it's not really compared to the stuff I like using. It's too much wood fibre. There's so much wood fibre in this. So I think I said this when we've done baskets and troughs before. I tend to, lots of people would go right up to the top with the compost. I tend to finish a bit below. A couple of reasons is that if you have plants on the edges, they can grow, and then when they go over the sides, they've got some support from the edges. The other thing is if you're below the surface, when you actually water them, any water, if it's really dry and compact, any water will go and sit in here rather than literally run off the top. And then it's just a waste of time, really. So that's what I would do. So, yeah. So that's got compost in there. So I said I was going to put the roses in here. We've got 2 roses that came bare root. I'll put them in here as a temper measure. This is their hybrid tea roses. This is simply the best rose, Mac or Macamaster, something like that anyway. And the other one's called Super Trooper. Or is that the brand? No, I think that's the brand. Notice it's called Super Trooper. Well, the one that's simply the best looks pretty good to me. So it came bare root, but you can actually see just in the month it's been in there, it's actually grown some little new, I'll try that, it's grown some little new roots. So that looks pretty good to me. These will be the centerpiece of this. And if in doubt, read the instructions. We'll see how tall this is going to grow. So this is going to grow 90 centimetres. .90 centimetres, 3 foot. So that's going to be, so it's going to be about there by the time it's finished. And they never do. They'll get bigger than that. This one, the Super Trooper, isn't looking so encouraging, but it has got some new roots on it. It's got lots of little white new roots. You probably can't see that. There is some dead growth on that. So I'll try to take off. I'll get the secateurs for that, I think. But that's not looking as encouraging, but we'll give it a chance. So that's going to be the, I suppose you'd call it the statement plant for that tub. It's quite small for this year. So I want to plant some stuff around the outside. We could use all the new stuff, but say we're going to keep that. So we might as well use some of the stuff we rescued from last year and some of the plants we had left over. Let's see what we got. So lavender. This is, yeah, this looks like English lavender. Oh, you can smell it. Oh, yeah. So, and that's what I was saying about by planting just below the edge. If you'd planted that up here, reliable, but there it's got a bit of protection from the wind, and then it can sort of trail over the edge. That does smell nice. What else have we got? Because these roses won't have a lot of flowers on this year, I'm going to put some of the rescued fuchsias. I haven't got a clue what variety. We'll find out in due course. So this is basically, apart from the roses, this will be a recycled plant pot, I think. I want to find another fuchsia, if we've got one. See if we can find another recycled fuchsia. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's another recycled fuchsia. Plenty of little green growth on that. And take some of the twiggy bits off. So basically that will be the height for this this year in the centre, and then we'll put some. We've got the bulbs come through on the outside anyway, but we'll put some summery type stuff on that we've rescued as well. What looks like a scruffy looking plant, that's gazania. They're really colourful, they are, and they can probably stay in for years. So I'll get that one out as well. That's another gazania. There's lots of sort of dead growth on that, but you should just strip it off. So I'll put that in the other corner. Yep. And again, it's got the support and it can fill in that corner. They're both that sort of size, very technical. Be nice to have some more lavender to go in the other corner. Don't know if we've got any. So see if there's anything in any of the other tubs. Yeah, there is. Another lavender from last summer. You see on this well, hopefully you can see the new growth is this. The old woody bit is last year's, but then you get this new growth, which is this silvery grey, and then this very light green. So that's all the new, and then these are the old seed heads from last year. So again, you can cut them off, but you just strip them off like that. Any of the nesting birds would love something like that to build their nest out of. Not only because it's good nesting material, but give you a lovely little lavender smell to your nest. So that's in there, and then we probably want another 4 different plants to go in the gaps as well, because this will really fill out. These fuchsias will probably that'll literally be a giant ball of growing. Let's see what we've got in terms of something to go in the gaps, and I want something that's fairly perennial because it'll stay in and it'll literally stay in for years really. These were given to me. These are perennials, I know that, but what they are, I don't know. That might be a geum, don't know. I'm guessing, but we'll find out. So that's in there. That's a mint of some sort. I'll bring that close. If you're growing mint, don't plant it in the soil. Plant it in a pot. Because you plant it in the soil, it will grow everywhere and you'll never get rid of it. There's some mint in this garden from the previous owners who planted it in a flower bed. And I've been digging it up, chopping it down for 8 years and it's still here. So That don't know. It's much easier when the flowers come out. Answers on a postcard, please. Haven't got a clue what that is. So that's there. And I'll do one more. This, I do know what this is. Or do I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. I'm pretty sure that's, I don't know what its proper name is, but its common name is lady's mantle, I think. It might be, I don't know, it could be a hardy geranium. I've got second thoughts about that. But I think it is lady's mantle. So I think if Beauty Love Creative's in the chat, I think that's the plant you've got further down there. I'm guessing that's what that is. But we'll find out. I know it's a perennial anyway. So that's in there. I'm going to take the label off the rose, even though it's useful to have labels on these things, but it's irritating me. Hello Liz. So yeah. So okay. I'll just have a quick perusal of the chat. And see if I can put that up yet, if that was working. Still not happy. I think that's going to be a reset of the PC, but I can't do that now. So we'll plough on. Liz on. Oh, hello, David Bangermain. Liz over on Twitch is asking what other fruit plants do you grow? Do I grow strawberries? Yep. We've got. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain. We've got pear tree behind you, apple tree. These are olive tree. There's an olive tree there, an olive tree there. This is grapes. We've got strawberry planters there, which we did the other day. We've got some raspberries down in some pots down by the back door, which you never see. So that's in terms of the fruit. Directly above you is a cherry tree, but technically that doesn't belong to me. So, plus the birds eat all the cherries before you get anywhere near it. Grapes to make wine. No, we don't make Prosecco here. And to be brutally honest, I think it's only 1 year out of the last 8 they've been big enough to actually even actually taste them. But so that's the tub we've done. I say that I should grow to eventually it will grow to about that sort of height. But this year I suspect it's going to get to about there. It's all recycled apart from the roses, so I'm going to drag that out of the way. It is actually raining now. I'm going to check the weather radar as well, because there are some big showers floating around. So that's out of the way. Let me just sweep this up, because if it does rain, this will just turn to mud. I'll just sweep that into the big pile of rubbish that we've got. Yeah, okay. Put that there for a sec. Right, I'll try to take you for a little wander. Bear in mind the last couple of times when we've tried this, we've had issues. Let me just check I can actually see what we're doing here, because I know there are people here who haven't been here before. So I'll take you for a wander. Apologies if I can't see the chat as I go around. I'll try to describe it, and then if you've got any questions you can ask me. I'll try not to disconnect you like I did last time. Hold on tight. There we go. Right. Yep. Right, I've got you fairly secure now. Hopefully that means I won't disconnect you there. Let's have a look. So, oh yeah, this was asking about the pear tree. So there you go, that's the pears. They're about a centimetre, some of them now. That one you've seen there in the centre, that's about a centimetre. So there's a pear tree there. And then behind it we've got the apple trees. There's a couple of little apple trees. Pear trees you get a huge amount of fruit off each year. I'm just going to back up. Oh, crumbs. I've got an issue with box caterpillar in this garden, because we didn't have any cold weather. They weren't killed off over the winter, and they're eating the box plants. You see what they've done to that one, and I think they suspect they've probably moved on to that one. It's disappointing. I thought they hadn't come up the bottom of the garden, but they obviously have. Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Archiles. Always like helpful comments. So it's probably raining now. Acrolesia there, and this is the new flower bed that we did on stream. Some of this is taken off quite nicely. Got lots and lots of fuchsia flowers starting to bud up. It's amazing how much is coming into flower suddenly. Some nice poppies. And then you've got stuff like the Abretia that's been flying for weeks and weeks. In fact, there's a bee there. Let's see if we can get the bee. There. Bee, 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 bee. So there's a bee. There's a bee there. Bee, 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 bee. Come on, Mr. Bee, come out. Bee, bee, bee. Come on, Mr. Bee. It's very busy in there. Oh, it's still going. What else can we show you? So, this is Linearia. Come up here. Hardy-geranium, hydrangea, bottle brush. Around here. Haven't got a clue what these are. Some of them. Ponds. Again, strawberries. These are the ones we did on the stream the other Sunday. Trying to think what else there is. I'll walk around here because then I won't get you tangled. Oh, sorry, you've got caught up there. Yeah. Done. Then come around here. So these are the plants that we got a bit carried away with, and then this plant here is what's really good at the moment. Is the Clematis montana. It's just starting to go over. Actually, you can see it's just starting to finish. But it's been spectacular this year. It really has been. Been as good as ever. And then what we've got coming out here below, if I remember the name properly, something like Widgella or something like that. But don't quote me on that. So we've got all that. We'll go past the excessive plant buying section, and I'll take you in the greenhouse and show you what we've got in here. So we're in the greenhouse, and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of plants. Just for Hercules. Wiggy the acorn, doing well. There's lots of plants in here. These are probably, the majority of these are going to go into the baskets. Loads and loads of stuff. So you can see how much we've got to plant up into the troughs. I mean, admittedly, so I'm just going to change you onto a different. Oh, we've got a raid, haven't we? Yeah. I can't currently see who raided us. Hang on, let me just check on my phone. It'll tell me on that. Geeky Broken Cody, thanks for the raid. Welcome to the garden. Hello, Itchy. Clementine's Montana, yeah. 7 to 12 metres, yeah. But that one there is about 4 or 5 metres. Just hold on, I'm just going to change you. I'll put you on a different stand. Because it's starting to spit with rain. And I'm just going to take you back outside. Get the normal tripod actually. So I'll just put you on there. And hopefully you won't feel seasick anymore. I'll drop you down a bit. Hello, Ali. Yeah, anyone who's coming in on the raid, I'm just going to sit down here for a sec. Where did I put my water? Ah, there it is. Anyone who's coming on the raid, yeah, we're a gardening or garden-based channel. Everything to do with the garden, the plants, the flowers, anything that happens in and around the garden throughout the year. We're in Northern England, and that's about it really. We're predominantly a YouTube channel, but we live stream Twitch and YouTube, usually on a Sunday, late Sunday morning, but we're running a bit behind on stuff to do. So today we're having a general tidy up, clear up. We've planted one tub, but Sunday we've got about 10, 12 baskets to plant up. Just going to have a slurp. We post every day on YouTube. For YouTube viewers, usual content next week. We've got shorts every day. This weekend we've got a calming video tomorrow morning and the usual Saturday night premiere. Then the Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime videos as well. Plenty of content on YouTube as per usual. Twitch, we've got the proper gardening live streams Tuesday. Today was a bonus, but Sunday we'll be back. We're also running at the moment because we've got a blackbird nesting in one of the hedges. We're running live streams now and again from the nest. If you want to see what the blackbird's doing each day, it's also on our website. There's a specialist page on the website, and there's also, if you're that interested, there's a merch store as well, which you can access from various links, but also it's got the links from the website as well. Website bearinthegarden.com. So there'll be plenty of bird streaming appearing, because I think if everything goes to plan, they should be hatching towards the end of next week. So we might run a long stream for a day, so everyone can get a chance to see the little hatchlings if they get that far. Basically, all they've got to do is avoid the magpies for a week. So done up to now, okay. we'll just see what else is in the comments. Yeah, we try to read all the comments as you go along, but because it's a sort of semi-practical thing, we come and go a bit. So if you miss anything, I do read all the comments afterwards. So yeah, we have a merch store now. It's got the usual. Well, I was going to say something, but perhaps I shouldn't put down my own merch. But it's got the usual stuff on it. At the moment, it will possibly develop over time. I don't know, to be honest. It was really initially some of the friends and family wanted some channel merch, so it's a good way of doing it. And then if anyone else wants something, you can do. The platforms we use deal with everything. We do the design, but they deal with everything. They produce it, they sell it, they ship it, they do all the customer service for us. So, and we get a commission. The channel gets a commission from that. We'll also, once this is finished, and I've had a little bit to eat, I'll go back in and add below in the descriptions of both the videos some of the stuff that we've shown on screen, on stream, and so if there's anything that's popped up that you like the look of as we go along, there'll be some links later this evening which you can go back on and just click, and that'll take you. You don't have to buy it from there, but at least you'll be able to see what we've been talking about, and then you can make your own decisions what you want to do. It is spitting with rain here. Let me just check the forecast or the radar. See what the radar is showing as to whether we should. I know we dodged some big showers at about lunchtime. Let's have a look at what the radar says. Yeah, let's play it from there. Yeah, there's quite a lot of showers starting to build up now. So I think we're about 2 hours into the stream. I think probably I'm going to think about finding somewhere to raid. I didn't say that. There must have been a shout out for Leo. Yes, anyone who likes a good fun stream, Leo's channel is excellent. She's a lamp worker making glass jewellery, but the streams are super fun. So, and she's got some really helpful mods on her channel that control the whole thing and never cause any problems whatsoever. Oh yeah, it's probably raining now. Yeah, so I think I'm going to. So can I? So this is going to be interesting. Okay, yeah, I found that. I'm going to say my farewells for today. We'll be back Sunday morning, about 11ish. Try to get as many baskets and troughs done as possible. We've got everything down here now. We've got space to work in, so it'll be a case of composting, planting, and we'll rattle through it. Clear as much space out of the greenhouse so we can start to get the summer veg in here. We've got loads more pots to do, so there's going to be loads more planting to do. Thank you for everyone who's been here. I'll say a few thank yous to people I can actually see. Thank you, Victoria, Colleen, Dave, Mary, Ali, Chris was here, Beauty, the Creative, Relaxed Garden. I'm sure there are others as well. We're running on slight technical issues because I can't see the full Twitch chat at the moment, but I'm having to run it off the combined chat from Restream. Thanks for the raid, Geeky Broken Woody. Hello, thanks Itchy. Thanks Liz for being here. Just go back through to see what we've got. Thanks to Hercules. Rocky's Dead was here. Clover Art. Solarphonics. Oh, I didn't see Solarphonics. Hello, Solarphonics, if you're still here. Thanks to, oh, there were some of us. Nilif was here early on. Thanks to anyone who's been lurking. I think Merman was also here as well. Thanks to anyone who's lurking. Where's the cat? I've got 3 cats, Liz. Can you see a cat? No. What time is it? I've got a good idea where will they be. They'll probably be asleep inside the house, or they'll be asleep somewhere outside, which they tend to do a bit during the summer. Probably won't see much of them now till about 6, which is their tea time. Is the cat allowed? Are the cats allowed in the garden? Yeah, if they want to. Two of them go out in the garden all the time. One of them, the girl cat, tends to be more inside. She does go out now and again, but she's more of an indoor cat. They have appeared on stream though. We do the occasional indoor stream, and you get a cat to come and join us. So they are. If you're that first, if you go back through the VODs on Twitch or the YouTube lives, you'll find some cat on stream. We do occasionally see them in the garden. I tend to see the girl more often because she tends to be around more. The boys tend to sort of go out and then you don't see them for hours. So we're back on Sunday. Yeah, we're back on Sunday, about the usual time, about 11ish. Plenty of content on YouTube. Check out the website for your updates on the blackbirds. And I think I shall raid us out. As we're a gardening channel, I think we should really raid to another gardening channel. Let me just see what they're doing. Yeah, they're doing a veg garden at the moment. They're renovating a veg garden. They're actually looking at their bird feeder at the moment, so they may actually be having a cup of tea or coffee. So they may not be there to welcome you in, but enjoy the birds. And then when they notice that we've come in, they'll come out and probably explain a bit about what they're doing. Or shall we go? I'll leave it to you. Do you want, as it's Twitch, you can choose a gardening channel, or do you want something completely different for a change? Because there's someone else on. I've just spotted. In fact, I've changed my mind. I think we're gonna go somewhere totally different for a change. Yeah, decision made. I've made an executive decision. Thanks very much to the mods, as you always done an excellent job, as most mods do most of the time. Thanks Lone and thanks Leo for that. And I'll see everyone on Sunday. I'm going to start the raid on Twitch. Thanks, bye to YouTube, and then have a good weekend. Raid starting. Let's start the raid. Hopefully I've got enough Wi-Fi for it to pick it up. that picking it up? Oh, it says I've already got it in progress, okay. So I think we've just got to wait for that to go through. Yeah, it's raiding, thanks Leo. And just, I'll go back to the main stream. Yep. Say hello to our friend Sydney, and we'll be there in a few moments. Bye.